This reading feels like it is for someone who keeps imagining a different version of their life, but then talks themselves out of it. Not because they don't want it, but because it feels too far away, or too unrealistic, or too late. Or maybe you keep thinking, who am I to want that? Who am I to change things now? Who am I to believe there could be more? But the strange thing is, the feeling doesn't leave. You try to be practical. You try to focus on what's in front of you. You convince yourself you're fine where you are. But something keeps pulling at you. A thought, a desire, a dream, a version of yourself that keeps coming back into your mind. And I don't think that's random. I don't think every dream is meant to become a whole life overnight. But sometimes the life you keep imagining is not just fantasy. Sometimes it is the first place your truth begins to speak. So if this message has found you, maybe this is your moment to stop dismissing the pull, not to rush, not to force, but to listen properly. So I pulled 3 cards for this collective reading as usual, and the message that came through feels very clear. It's not about forcing a new life, making some huge dramatic change overnight. It feels more like there is something there already. Something that you may have been feeling for a while and haven't fully trusted it yet. Maybe because it doesn't make complete sense, or because you don't know how it would happen, or maybe because listening to it would mean admitting that something in your current life no longer feels like it's fully aligned. That could be what is uncomfortable. The first card that came out is a deeper world. The card says, don't push or force your way through life. Finding balance, even in dark times, will open your heart to the depth of compassion in everyday moments. And this card is the starting point of this whole message, because it's saying there's something more going on beneath the surface than you're allowing yourself to notice. You may be trying to make everything make sense on the outside, looking for proof, making plans, asking for a clear sign, a guarantee that you won't get it wrong. And this card seems to be asking to slow down, because sometimes the answer doesn't come loudly. Sometimes it comes as a feeling you keep brushing off, a quiet discomfort, a repeated thought, a pull towards something you can't explain, a knowing that keeps returning even when you try to be sensible. And I feel like this card is saying, don't dismiss something just because it came quietly. Not everything true arrives with certainty. Sometimes it's just a quiet nudge. And then we have energetic pull. And honestly, this card feels like there's a reason it is at the center of this reading. It reads as a true master knows that you create through your actions. Do not hesitate when you feel the energy pulling you. Follow it fearlessly and move worlds. You already feel it. There is something pulling you. Maybe it's a path or a decision. Maybe it's a creative idea or a version of yourself that you keep imagining. Maybe it's a life that feels more honest than the one you've been trying to keep together. And the thing is, you may not have the full picture yet. You may not know how it all works. You may not know what comes after the first step. But some part of you keeps coming back to it. And that matters. Because if something keeps returning to your heart, if it keeps asking for your attention, maybe it's there because it's trying to show you where your energy wants to go. It's not there to confuse you. This card does not feel like pressure. It doesn't feel like, go do everything now. It feels more like, be honest with yourself. Look at what keeps calling you, what keeps lighting something up in you. What do you keep imagining when you let yourself truly see this? And then the final card is let it be. And I actually love that this card came out with the other two because it seems to balance the message. The card reads, if you need to solve a problem, ask yourself, what is the simplest way to proceed? When you call forth the simplest path, it appears, and vice versa. Because when we hear something like follow the pull, it's easy to turn that into a time frame, some sort of pressure. Like suddenly you need to figure everything out, make a decision, change your whole life, prove that you're listening to the messages. But this card is saying, no, let it be simpler than that. You don't need to grab the feeling and turn it into a full-blown plan. You don't need to force the whole path open or to panic because you don't have every answer yet. You only need to stop fighting what you already feel. Let the feeling be there. Let it speak. Let it show you a possible next step. Not the whole future, just the next step. And maybe that is the message here. The life you keep imagining may not be asking you to leap today. It may only be asking you to stop pretending you don't feel it. So the way I'm reading these cards together is this. There is something deeper beneath the noise. There is a pull you already feel, and you do not need to force it into certainty before you honor it. Maybe the answer is not loud because it is not trying to scare you. Maybe it is quiet because it wants you to come closer. Maybe it is waiting for you to stop arguing with it and simply listen. So now that we have the messages from this reading, we're going to move into the meditation to find your answer. Not to make a decision before you're ready, but to sit with the feeling honestly and ask, what have you been trying to show me? Before we go any further, make sure you are somewhere safe, somewhere quiet enough for your body to settle and for your mind to stop reaching for a moment. Please do not listen while driving or while doing anything that needs your attention. If now is not the right time, come back later. the message will still meet you. The pull will still be there. And the answer inside you will not disappear. When you are ready, return to this space fully. Close your eyes if it feels safe, or simply soften your gaze. Take a slow breath in, hold it, and let it out. Again, breathe in through your nose as deep as you can. Hold it for a moment and release it, if possible, from your mouth. I suggest you breathe in deep, hold it for a short moment as long as it's comfortable, and when you release it, let out a bit more air than what you breathe in. Let's do this one more time. Breathing in deep, holding and releasing this breath out, and letting the body drop a little more into where you are. I want you to notice your body. Let's begin with the areas that are usually holding tension. Your jaw. If you feel any stress here, release it. Stretch your jaw a little bit. Move your head from side to side. Till your jaw and your neck feels more relaxed. Move your focus down to another problem area, the shoulders. They usually tend to hold a lot of stress. So rotate them a little bit. Let them drop. If you can, stretch back and forward to release the tension in your shoulders. And now choose a comfortable position if you're not in one already. You can sit upright if that's comfortable, or lie down. As you settle into the space around you, bring your focus to your chest. How are you breathing? If you feel any stress in your breaths, take a deep breath in and release it out as hard as you can, as comfortably as you can. Now focus on your hands. Move your fingers lightly. Maybe stretch your hand away one at a time from your body. Loosening any tension that you may be holding in your hand across your arm. Bring your focus down to your stomach and lower belly. And then move your attention down across your legs. Stretch and release any tension you feel in any of these parts. You don't have to make yourself relax perfectly. Just notice where you are holding stress and give that place a little less to do. Your body does not need to carry the whole future right now. You do not need to solve the whole path immediately. For now, you are only listening. And as you settle, imagine yourself standing somewhere quiet. Maybe at the edge of a path or near some trees. Maybe in an open space. You don't have to make the image perfect. Just let it form in whatever way it wants to. And behind you, you may sense the noise of the world, the pressure, the opinions, the expectations, the practical fears, and the part of you that says, what if this doesn't work? What if I'm wrong? Who am I to want this? You don't need to fight those voices. You don't need to silence them. Just notice they are behind you now. And you are here. And slowly you begin to walk forward, not running or escaping, just walking One step, then another, and with each step, the noise behind you becomes a little less important. A little more distance between you and that noise that is no longer leading you or deciding for you. This noise is not louder than your own inner knowing. And somewhere ahead of you, you may notice a small light, not bright enough to overwhelm you, nor close enough to understand what it is. Just a small light in the distance, steady, and it feels like it has been there for a while. And you don't need to know what it means yet, or need to name it. You don't need to turn it into a plan. Just notice. Your attention is drawn to it. Something in you recognizes it. And as you keep walking, you may notice that the path does not show itself all at once. Only the next step appears, and then the next, and the next. Maybe that is enough. Maybe your body only needs to remember that there is something calling you, and you are allowed to listen. So keep moving slowly toward that light, not chasing it or forcing it closer, just allowing yourself to be drawn at a pace that feels safe. And if part of you hesitates, that is okay. Let it come with you. You do not have to leave fear behind. You only have to stop letting it speak louder than the pull. And soon you find yourself close enough to the light to feel its warmth. Not entering anything before you are ready, nor needing to make a promise. Just close enough to feel it. Close enough to listen. Close enough to admit there is something here. Take a seat near it. And as you sit here near this gentle light, you may begin to notice this feeling is not random. It has a shape, a direction, a truth behind it. And from this place, we are not going to force an answer. We are going to let the answer come closer in its own way. And when it comes, it may not come as a clear sentence. It may not sound like a voice. It may not arrive as a full plan. The answer may come as a feeling in the body. A soft yes or a quiet no. A place that feels lighter when you think of it, or heavier when you imagine staying where you are. It may come as an image, a memory, a person's name, a place, a small next step that suddenly feels obvious. So don't wait only for words. Listen to what keeps returning, even when you try to dismiss it. Because sometimes the answer is the thing inside you that does not leave. So now ask yourself, what keeps coming back to me even when I try to move on from it? Don't try to make it impressive. Don't try to make it practical. Just notice what comes up first. It may be a direction, a conversation, a version of yourself, a creative idea. A life you keep imagining when no one is asking you to be realistic. Stay with that. Not to chase it, just to admit something in me keeps returning here. What keeps coming back to me even when I try to move on from it? What is the pull? And what noise is making you doubt it? So now ask, why do I keep talking myself out of this? What do you keep telling yourself? Maybe it sounds like it's too late. It's too much. It's not realistic. I don't know enough. I'm not ready. Who am I to want this? Just notice the sentence, the one that came quickly, the one that tries to close the door before you even look through it. And as you notice it, ask gently, is this my truth? Or is this fear trying to sound practical? Or trying to protect you? So what do you keep telling yourself to talk yourself out of this? And finally, without asking for the whole path, just ask this. What is one honest step I already know I can take? Not the perfect step, not the final decision, not the step that proves everything. Just one honest step. Maybe It's a message, some sort of boundary, a small beginning, something simple enough that your body does not have to fight it, something true enough that you can feel it. And if nothing comes clearly yet, notice that too. Maybe the first step is not an action. Maybe it is finally admitting, I do feel pulled here, and I'm ready to stop pretending I don't. And whatever came through, let it be enough for now. You don't need to turn it into a full plan. You don't need to explain it to anyone. You don't need to make it make sense before it is allowed to matter. Just notice what stayed with you, the feeling, an image, or maybe a word, a sense of direction. What was the thing that kept returning? Because something in you responded, even if it was small or quiet, even if it came as only a soft pull in the body, that still matters. Sometimes clarity begins that way, not in certainty or a perfect plan, just something inside you saying, this, pay attention to this. And if fear came up too, let that be there. Fear does not mean the pull is wrong. Fear only means something in you does not fully understand this and wants to protect you. So do not fight the fear. But you do not have to obey it either. You can let it sit beside the knowing without letting it take over. And now, bring your attention back to that gentle light in front of you. The light does not move away. It does not demand anything from you or ask you to rush. It simply remains there, soft but steady, waiting for you to be honest with yourself. Just the honesty, saying, I feel this. I know this is here. I am willing to listen. There is a deeper world beneath the noise, There is a pull you already feel, and you do not have to force what is meant to unfold. You only have to stop arguing with what your own soul keeps trying to show you. So let this settle as permission to listen, to take one honest step when you are ready. And for now, just stay close to what felt true. From here, you can choose what your body needs. If you are ready to rest, you do not need to come all the way back. And if you're ready to return, you can come back slowly. Either way, you do not lose what came through. The message stays with you. The part of you that recognized something, it does not disappear when this meditation ends. If your body is ready for sleep, let yourself stay here, near the gentle light, where it is warm, safe, with no need to chase the answer, no need to figure it all out. Just resting close to what felt true. Let your breath become slower now. Let the body become heavier. Let the mind soften. And if the answer is not fully clear yet, that is okay. You don't need to force it into words or pull it into a tight grip. What matters will stay. When you wake, what is meant to come with you will meet you again. So rest now. Let yourself sleep. Let the deeper part of you hold on to what came through. You do not have to keep watch over it. Just let yourself drift, knowing that whatever is true will still be there when you wake. And if you're returning, there is no need to rush. Let the quiet light stay with you as your awareness begins to come back, not as something you have to chase or explain, just as a reminder that something in you knows how to listen. Start by noticing your breath again. The inhale, the exhale. The surface beneath your body supporting you. The room around you. Let your awareness return slowly without leaving the message behind. And as you come back, bring one thing with you. You do not need more than that right now. One thing that felt true. Take a deeper breath in and let it go. And another breath in, letting a little more energy return to your body as you let this breath go. And when you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes, returning slowly and still connected to what felt true. Before you go, take one more soft breath with me. Whatever came through for you today, let it settle in its own way. Thank you for being here and for letting me be a part of this journey with you. It means a lot to share this space with you. Until next time, take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.